Good day, this is Jim Pytel from Columbia Gorge Community College, Renewable Energy Technology Program. This is Digital 1. Today we're going to go over the figure it out exercise. Like it or not, guys, your job as a technician is to figure it out. No one's going to tell you how it works. You got to figure it out. And if you don't like figuring it out, honestly, guys, pick yourself a different career, because things are going to get thrown at you and you just got to figure out how it works and make it work. Okay, so this is a problem that has caused a lot of people stress in Digital 1, and there's no reason to have stress in the figure it out exercise. Basically, I'm going to present to you a logic problem. And this is not going to be the only example. This is just an online example, so you can do it over and over again. We're going to have a workshop where we deal with this. But someone gives you a problem, and you've got to go ahead and figure out how to implement this. And I liken it to the alligator wrestler. All you got to do is just get a finger in there, and then you get a hand in there, and then you're prying open the gator's mouth. Okay? So basically just one small little foothold or finger hold or whatever the case may be, and you're going to work your way into the solution of this problem, slowly but surely. Okay, and my problem that I'm going to present to you for this example is I have a boxing machine that boxes up things in groups of 3 or 4. So basically what I want to do is have my boxing machine execute a boxing operation when there's 3 objects on a platter or 4 objects on a platter. That's pretty much what I'm going to give you for a problem, for an example on a test or a quiz. Okay, so just let me know when 3 objects or 4 objects appear on this thing, and then I'm going to execute the boxing exercise. So here's some of the background. We've got, let's say we've got 4 possible digits, D3, D2, D1, D0, where D0 represents the LSB, D3 represents, the MSB. Okay? So, and I want to box something up, and how I box something up is when there's a 1 in the box column. And I got to figure out when this number, D3, D2, D1, D0, which is a binary number, is divisible by 3 or 4. Okay, some of you guys, if this is the first time doing it, your instant reaction is to panic. And I'm telling you, don't panic. See if you can get a finger hold in here. Okay, divisible by 3 or divisible by 4. What that implies, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and because we're limited to 4 bits, D0, D1, D2, D3, we can't really go any higher, but if we wanted to, we could. So 18, 21, so on and so forth. But then we're also divisible by 4. What's divisible by 4? 4, 8, 12 is also divisible by 4. It's divisible by 3 and 4. Okay, so do we need to let it know twice? No. 12. So what we need to do is just figure out, okay, we want a high when it's a 3, a 4, a 6, an 8, a 9, a 12, or a 15. So all you do, just list all possible combinations of your 4 bits. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And there's our entire range of possibilities there. And just figure out, okay, where's 3? There's 3 right there. 0, 0, 1, 1. I want my box command to be high. Right next to it, obviously, is 4. And then I'm going to go to 6, 8, 9, right next door, 12, and 15. The rest, do we want a box when there's 0? No, we don't. nor do we do it when 1 or 2, and so on and so forth. Here is our entire truth table. That's how easy it is. Just get all entire ranges of possibilities and figure out what you want as an output given those inputs. So we've got all our inputs right here. Given those combination of inputs, what do we want for our output? Now we can make an expression of it. So we could do it the hard way and do each individual one with all 4 possible combinations for an SOP, because this one would be D3, D2, D1, D0. What would it be? It'd be not D3 and not D2 and D1 and D0, and then OR it with this one and this one and this one. But that's stupid because it would be such a long expression. What are we going to do? Put it in a K-map. So how are we going to put this in a K-map? Just take our truth table, put it in a K-map. Determine the minimum SOP expression from that K-map. I'm going to go ahead and make a K-map here. And there's my blank K-map for a 4-bit answer. Now, look at how I organize this. I put D1, D0 here, D3, D2 right there. That's how I recommend you do it, because basically that is a super easy transition from this truth table to the K-map. I have no idea where those D3s went away. I'm going to rewrite those. Okay, so we are needing to put in 3. There's 3 right there. We need to put in 4. That's 4 right there. We need 6. Where is 6? Right there. We need 8. Right there. We need 9. Right next door. We need 12. And finally, we need 15. It's that easy. K-map is now populated. Now we've got to go ahead and determine our minimum expressions. Okay. Can I do anything with this guy? No. There is no adjacent group of 2 or 4 or 8 or 16 for that matter. Can I do anything with this guy? Nope. He's by himself also. So let's do something with those groups of 1. And this particular one, it represents 0, 0, 1, 1, which D3, D2, D1, D0 represents not D3 and not D2 and D1 and D0. Same thing with this guy right here. That represents 1, 1, 1, 1, which is D3, D2, D1, D0. But now the rest of these guys. Let's do this group of 2 right there. What does that group of 2 represent? Well, that represents 1, 0, 0, 0, and 1, 0, 0, 1. So what is the one that doesn't really matter? It looks like it's D0. What does matter? D3, not D2, not D1. So that's for that group of 2. What about that group of 2? What does that represent? Well, that represents 0, 1, 0, 0, and 1, 1, 0, 0. Looks like D3 doesn't matter, so that's D2, not D1, not D0. Finally, this guy stuck over here in the corner, that's the wrong answer because there's a wraparound adjacency that occurs that way. So what does that represent? That represents 0, 1, 1, 0, and 0, 1, 0, 0. So what is the thing that doesn't matter? It's D2, excuse me, D1. So we've got not D3 and D2. Oops. And it's not D0. Okay, so it looks like we've got a total of 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups, 5 groups. And all we got to do is put it into our large expression now. Here's our first one, or D3, D2, D1, D0. By the way, there's ands in between there. Or D2, not D1, and not D0. Or D3 and not D2 and not D1. Our final one, or not D3 and D2 and not D0. This is the final expression for the box command, which represents, using our K-map, the most simplified SOP expression possible. Now, some of you may be asking, well, why didn't I include this group of 2 right there? Well, the answer is it's violating one of the 2 principles of the K-maps. Number 1, maximize the size of the group. Number 2, minimize the number of groups. So we don't need that expression right there because that one is already taken care of in this expression, and this one is already taken care of in that expression. So you don't need to double tap it, okay? So again, this is a figure it out exercise. This right here is your minimum SOP expression for a box command of box every combination divisible by 3 and 4. So yeah, it doesn't look so pretty, but that's life. Okay, so again, what's part of life? Figure it out. If you don't like doing this, by the way, this is going to be your job, is to figure it out in all possible circumstances, okay? And this is not just limited to the digital realm. You just got to figure out how the piece of equipment works, how the piece of machinery works that you're working on, okay? That's it for this lecture.